Oh my god, can't even cope.
Are you ready
to rumble
in the jungle? Okay, all right. Hey guys, welcome back to Can't Even Cope. Wow, what a day this has been.
Yeah.
Already, we're off to a great start. So you are with me, Kate motherfucking Teresa, and I am here with my friend Bex. So obviously I have been asking you guys for your sex stories, your most dirtiest, craziest, most memorable, out the gate fucking stories, because everybody likes to hear about this shit, right? It's funny.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, we do.
I can talk about all the time.
All we talk about is our fucked up experiences in our life with our vaginas. But yeah, I'm so excited to finally give you this episode that you've all been waiting for. So we're gonna do a shot first.
Yeah.
Okay.
We sure are.
Okay. How am I gonna know how much is half? You go first. You're probably better at this than me. Why were his hoods down my head? This is so like it's like, okay.
That's quarter.
It's like a quarter. Right, we'll get there.
So good.
Oh, is it?
Yum.
Smells like oranges.
Tastes like oranges. Whole bottle's gone, eh? The girl that doesn't.
Woo! Woo! Tastes like orange peels. Wow.
Yum.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Am I doing the rest of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's burning my insides. All right, guys. Cheers to you. Cheers to us. All right, so, okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
That sounded so proper.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. We're going, guys. You ready to go?
That's not how I say it. No.
Okay, so I want you to tell everyone the story about the 4 condoms. Let's just go straight in the deep end.
Okay, here we go. What a story. Alright, me and my partner, my ex-partner, were together for many years. We just got together.
I love this story.
And oh my god,
It blows my mind.
Yeah, it blows my fucking mind. It happened to me. We just got together, so you know, there's like a lot of drinking involved and stuff like that. And one night we're obviously pretty pissed, and we're going for it all night long. And in the morning, I wake up and there's 4 condom wrappers on the ground, and there was no condoms to be found anywhere, like at all. And I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck are all these condoms? You know, like.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a
where
mystery.
could they be? And why is there 4 wrappers? Like, what the fuck?
Who does that?
And, you know, he's looking at me like, and anyway, we go about our day for a while. We're cleaning up and stuff, and I remember it to this day. This is years and years ago. And I went to go to the toilet, and I was sitting on the toilet, and I was like, oh my God, what the hell is that? One, 2, 3, fucking
Not 3. 4.
4 fucking condoms.
Holy
Up
shit.
there. So while we're drunk and like obviously really fucking drunk and going for it all night long, they must have just kept like coming off in me, and then
Coming off in you.
and then like, what the fuck, you know, like, oh my God.
Man,
yeah,
like, it's crazy that you didn't get pregnant from all that cum.
and then like it's like, oh, it's gone, I just put another one on like 4 times.
Like, you're so drunk you didn't even think, like, I wonder where it went though. I can, like, to be fair, I know who it is, and I'm like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not fucking surprised.
he's a good guy though.
Such a good guy.
Yeah. Good dude.
Good dude. But yeah, that can't say I've ever had anything like that happen to me.
Yeah.
You've lost a few things up there, haven't you?
Oh, come on.
Should we just carry on down that seeing as we're on the topic, what happened to you recently? As in like a couple of days ago, was it? It was, eh?
Yeah, okay, nah. Just give us one of your stories first. Come on.
Okay. So, one weekend, my partner at the time was like, I'm going to take you away for the weekend, and it was going to be like a real romantic weekend together. I was so excited. Like, I was actually genuinely like really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And then, so we get there, we like drink a little bit of Jaeger, we pass out, didn't even get to the sex part, but we passed out, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I needed to do a fart, so I did a fart, but it was more like a complete follow through, and I totally sharted. And, like, you know what I'm like. Like, I don't even, like, fart in front of guys or my friends, like, hardly. Like, I fart in front of you. But, like, it takes a lot for me to even do that in front of anybody. And I didn't just fart. I, like, shat in my undies. Like, full on. Like, it wasn't just a normal, it was, like, diarrhea. And so I'm like, oh, shit, literally. So I get up quickly. I go to the toilet, like, you know, sort myself out. Change my undies. I think actually at that point I put his undies on because I had ruined mine. And so I'm wearing his undies. I go back to bed. And like he did wake up, was like, babe, like, you're good. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, went back to bed. And then I woke up, did it again in his undies. So not only have I shat my undies, I've shat his undies. And then he's like, I started crying. And I'm like standing next to the bed, and he like wakes up, like looks at me, and he's like, what are you doing, babe? I'm like I shat myself. And he's like, go back to bed, babe, it's all good. Like, I don't think he realized what was going on. So I go back to the toilet. I'm like cleaning myself up. I use all the toilet paper. 2 undies ruined. So I go back to bed, and then I did it again. None of us had any undies left. And I had to shower.
Did you shit in the bed this time?
Yeah, it was all over the sheet. Like, it was a white sheet. It was a brown sheet. White sheet covered in brown shit. Oh my god, I'm getting so lost. And the third time, I actually had to just jump straight in the shower because there was no toilet paper left. And then it was real funny because the next day, we woke up in the morning and we were like, you know how like checkout's always 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, quick, let's get the fuck out of here before they come to check the room. And like, just as we were about to leave, I seen like the woman coming over, and I'm like, quick, let's go. Because like, the sheet was like brown. And I was like, I just need to get the fuck out of here.
That's horrific.
It was so embarrassing. Like, I was so embarrassed. Like, I don't think he really like cared that much, but like, I was so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's
you know, I'm
the most
just
embarrassing thing ever.
Like, I don't like poos and stuff. Like,
I don't think anyone does. Well, some people
yeah,
might.
some people like it.
Yeah, I've actually got a story on that.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
shit.
it's not my story.
Okay,
this is
good.
somebody else's story, actually. So a friend of mine, a dude, he was like out in town, took this chick home. They get back to her house and stuff, and he sits down like on the bed.
Yeah.
And he reckoned like when he sat down, it like sort of felt plasticky a little bit. He was like, oh, whatever, blew it off. Yeah. And they started like going for it, having sex, and she was like, fuck me in the ass. He was like,
as you do.
He was like, okay, sweet, you know, like she was like, harder. So he's like fucking her in the ass like harder. Then she pulls away, shits everywhere, and just starts rubbing it on herself.
Oh my god.
Oh no shit. Yeah, like shit, actually.
Yeah.
And he was just like, fuck this. Like, I'm out.
He wasn't into it.
Nah. I mean, each to their own, but
yeah.
You know, like maybe a little bit of warning.
Yeah,
like you know, like
communication.
Yeah.
Communication
Not
is
just
key.
like, whoa.
Not just like
yeah.
Oh my god. Like, especially because imagine the smell.
I don't want to.
But like, I just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a massive fan of like smelling poo.
Nah, not
Yeah.
keen, non-keen.
Non-keen
on that.
Non-keen. Speaking of losing stuff inside you,
Yeah.
I had sex with this guy once, and a couple of days later, I was like back at home, and I was having a shower, and like I heard something fall on the floor, and I was like, what the fuck? Like looked down, and I was like, what the hell is that? Like picked it up. And I was like, oh my God, it's a piercing. And I remembered that the guy that I slept with had a dick piercing. So it was like inside my vagina for a couple of days.
Out of it.
It's weird how you can actually lose things in there and not know they're in there.
Yeah.
Because I remember like some of the stuff that you've told me that you've lost in there. I'm like,
Stunning. Yeah.
well, you didn't know it was there. And I'm like, I remember thinking like, how do you not know it's there? But I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Can you say the other thing?
Imagine if it never.
Tell me
like,
what
came
happened the
out.
other day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is. Oh, well, it's like it's a masturbation sort of story. So there's these things like some of you might know. They're called yoni eggs, and like girls like put them up there, and
Is that what they're specifically for?
no, they're not. They're like
What are they?
they're like
I've never heard of it.
they like strengthen your muscles and things. I think.
Oh.
Like, not that I just. Yeah.
So you put them in there and do like Kegels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And so I like to like masturbate with mine. It feels really good.
Masturbate with mine?
And the other night I was like, okay, so like
Okay.
did my thing, and it went up there, you know, and I thought, oh, you know, I'll sleep with it, whatever. I'll just get it out in the morning, you know, I'll take it out in the morning. And the next day I got up, went about my day, exercised, did everything.
Yeah,
you know?
I see.
Like,
This blows my mind.
yeah, so if your like muscles aren't strong, then it would just fall out.
Yeah.
And you would.
So you obviously got quite a strong,
It's quite strong.
pelvic region. It's all them exercises with your yoni egg.
It works.
It fucking works.
Yeah, so I went about my day and everything like that, and then I went to go to the toilet, and it like my wee didn't come out quite like properly, and I was like, this is weird. And then about 15 minutes later I needed to wee again, and that's what was that?
I don't know. It sounded like an electric shock.
You're so static all the time. Anyways, about 10-15 minutes later I was like busted to go to the toilet again, so I like went to the toilet, and I remembered straight away. I was like, oh my God, and it just like came out, like fell out into the toilet.
It's weird how you just like released it as soon as you like realised it was there.
Yeah, I did.
That is the craziest shit, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. You actually got me into something as well, like because I've got like a couple of crystals. I'm not actually really like big on crystals, but I've been gifted quite a few. So I've never bought one myself, but I've been gifted some. Man, I really hope my mum doesn't listen to this episode. Fuck. But you told me that you like sometimes masturbate with your crystals.
Well, that's what it is. The yoni egg is like a rose quartz crystal.
Ah, okay, yeah. But yeah,
Feels good, eh?
yeah. I feel like I'm like giving myself good energy or something. Like, yeah, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, speaking of masturbating, I think I asked you this the other day, and you guys like listening, like definitely tell me if you have done this, because I'm actually really curious, because I find this really exhilarating. I hope it's not illegal. But
I know what you're going to say.
do you reckon? No, it wouldn't be, eh?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, I have like, I don't even know how I like...
Is that even a minute?
No, I'm still going to do it. I'm a rule breaker. I don't even know how I like came across, or like how it like happened, but I think one day I was just driving and I was like real turned on for some fucked up reason. Like, I don't know. Yeah, as you do. I know, we're weird. And so I like started masturbating like while I was driving. It's fucking good, man. And then like I can't remember what I was gonna say. Anyway, yeah, so I really am curious, like, who fucking masturbates when
It's
they're driving.
It's
Is
a
it?
thing. Yeah, so like
I
apparently
really wonder.
on motorways, like there's a like it's like a thing.
What do you mean?
Like women do it. Women masturbate while driving.
But you don't like it, eh?
So I tried to do it and it just didn't because
Yeah,
I heard that all these women were doing it.
I'm gonna try
and do
I'm
this.
missing out.
You know, because I used to drive a lot
Yeah.
on motorways and stuff. But nah, like it was just like.
And also, I think like it's so exciting when like someone drives past and I'm like, they don't even know what I'm doing right now. Like I'm at the lights, like they don't even know I'm rubbing one out.
Like, does your face like? Are you like?
Nah, I'm like fucking. What's that thing called when you like have like a straight
Poker face.
Poker face while I'm like.
Do you?
Rubbing... Well, like obviously, if I'm at the lights and there's people, I'm not gonna like go hundy.
Do you like
on
make
it.
yourself come?
Yeah. But sometimes, especially when I'm driving, especially when I'm driving, I'm just really good at like knowing myself.
Yeah.
And like I don't even need to put my hand in my pants.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes it's like that good.
Yeah.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I get that.
That's so good.
Have you had much car sex?
Yeah, I have it. Well, not like. Not gonna like blow out of the water with it, but yeah, I've had sex in the car a few times.
Do you like car sex?
Yeah, and I like sex.
Yeah. I know, but okay, for some people, it would be even that would be like real out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know that it's
Do
like
you
that.
like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what I have had, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It's fun.
I think I've probably had some like drunk car sex back in the day that was terrible because
Yeah.
it's like you're so drunk and you're like
Awkward.
you know yeah you like knock
Yeah.
shit and you're like oh my leg like I'm getting a cramp like
Yeah.
but the most recent car sex that I had was like amazing and great views.
Yeah. So good.
I'm like that makes up for it.
Yeah. Or just like like public places where you can
Yeah,
really be caught is
yeah.
exciting.
Oh my god, okay, I just remembered something. When we were in Waiheke Island in last year.
Oh, when we were all there, yeah.
Yeah, so me and thingy like anyway, we don't name names on this yet.
Yeah.
We walked down to the beach. It was like nighttime.
Oh yeah. I
And we
remember
like
that, yeah.
started having sex on the beach and it was like so good. Like it was really good. But like I was kinda like bent over and then I like looked up and I was kinda like facing the ocean. There was like rocks on the side. And like it was so dark, but like I swear I could see someone like sitting on a rock and like obviously, you know when you're like in the dark and your mind can like play, so I'm like, I fucking hope that it's not a person right now because I felt like someone was looking like right at me and I'm like, am I looking right at someone right now? And I'm like, I was like, please no. And I kept being like, babe, I think someone's there. And he's like, nah, obviously. Like he's not going to want to stop. But we just like did it anyway, and like that's still like I still don't know to this day if someone was there, but that's what makes it even more thrilling. Eh? Oh shit. Okay, I had this once because I asked heaps of people to send in their stories. So like, I have this friend. She like used to be a sex worker, and she has like the best, craziest, most fucked up stories ever. So this one guy she went to go have sex with, and like she said that he fucked like a jackhammer or like a rabbit, like real like I'm gonna do the demo.
Go on.
Like real hard and fast, you know, like real hard and fast. And then he was like really wanted to do anal, and she was like, well yeah, like I'm keen, but you can't do that to my bum the way that you do that to my vagina because it will be like too much. And he was like, yeah, cool. So they're like doing it anal, and then she came, and then she was like, well, he obviously took that as like an indicator that he can go jackhammer now. So he like started jackhammering her ass, and she just like shat everywhere. Like accidentally, like not on purpose, like that other girl with her plastic sheets. And she's like, it went everywhere, like all over the bed, all over him, all over her. And she's like, even like in the shower, like it just went everywhere. And she's like, it was just like a shit fest everywhere.
Oh, that's horrific.
I know. I'm like,
I know about this shit.
nah. I'm real funny about like doing it
same.
like that. Like, it's, I'm just the thought of like, even just like, I don't want to get poo on them. Like, I'm not very crude. Like, I just like, it just freaks me out. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, I reckon, okay, we've had actually quite some stories together.
Yeah, we've got some good stories together.
Yeah, we've basically, how long have we known each other now? The weird thing is that it feels like we've known each other for way longer than we have.
It'll be 7 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that is longer than I thought. And then, so basically, like, I'm quite, like, I don't really drink a lot. I'm obviously having a drink now, but, like, it's actually not a super common thing for me, and I'm definitely not as, like, rowdy as I used to be. What?
Definitely
Yeah,
not.
definitely not, yeah. You're like, you're fucking boring now, like, let's be real.
No, you're not.
But we definitely, like, we lived together. We were, like, in that whole stage of our life together where we were, like, totally off the rails and just, like, so irresponsible and, yeah, just a hoot.
A hoot?
A hoot.
You've never said that before.
You've never made that noise before.
You've never ever said that before.
I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. We did a lot of fucked up shit together. And we ended up doing stuff together as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, quite a few times. But like, it's good. It's never been weird. But I'm trying to think. Okay, so one of the times that I do remember was like every Thursday when we lived together was tan night.
Yeah.
So every Thursday was tan night, and so I was seeing this guy and you were kind of seeing the other guy because they were friends.
Yeah.
So we like all hung out. So every Thursday was tan night, and they would like come and hang out, and we would drink. It would be like drinking tan night. We'd tan and we'd have our gowns on and we'd drink and get drunk. And like every single time the guys would wake up in the morning and their hands would be like orange from like our tan because they were like rubbing us up all night. But then also one of the nights we got so drunk, I remember like sitting outside and I was like sucking on your nipples.
I don't know. I don't remember
you were like, it was like in those days we would get so drunk.
You're taking advantage of me.
I don't fucking know. And then even one time, like in the lounge, like I can't remember who, but one of us was on top of the other.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that night.
Was that the night with nah, I can't remember which night that was. There's just so many and they all kind of like molded into one.
Yeah.
But was that the one with the, when we were like Jane and Silent Bob? Was it that one?
That was just me and you tripping out together
that was
that
a
night.
different
It might have been.
I don't think we hooked up that night.
God knows.
No, neither.
We took this trip and oh fucking hell, like I think we must have taken a photo or something.
Oh yeah.
Because I had like long blonde hair and your hair was dark then too.
Yeah, dark hair.
And you had like this beanie
Yeah.
on and we just looked like Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
And we just like couldn't fucking let it go.
I know.
Oh, yeah, that was a crazy night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then, okay, what about that time when we went to was it your mum's 60th? Over Raglan?
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell the story. I was
I don't really remember it a lot.
sorry, I just choked a bit. Yeah, it's such a blur.
So Mum had the 60th at this real mean house. I'd been there a few days on the piss, and Kate came over and with a whole lot of other people. There was heaps of people there. There's a spa pool outside.
Yeah, it was such a nice house.
And oh man, there was drugs going around.
Yeah.
There was loads of alcohol.
Yeah, it was crazy, eh?
We ended up in the spa together, and I don't think we were naked. Nah, I don't think we were naked. I think you may have been naked.
No, we weren't naked, but we definitely had our boobs out.
Okay. We had our boobs out. My mum's 60th.
Sorry, Mum.
Sorry, Mum. And there's this, like, so the place that we're at, it's like a lot of woofers and stuff there. So
What?
woofers, like,
What's that?
just people from all around the world come and stay and work for like their living.
Yeah.
So there's this French guy there, and he'd been there for like the few days I'd been there, and he sort of talked to me. He couldn't really speak English at all.
Nah, it was like real bad.
Yeah, but he hadn't really made like a pass at me at this stage or anything like that. He was real good looking.
He looks like my brother.
Yeah, he does actually look like your brother.
Yeah. I just couldn't like. He was
like
real
the French
good looking.
version of your brother,
Yeah,
but your
I
brother is
couldn't.
good looking. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like not my vibe like that.
And I don't know like where it began, but I remember him being in like there was like these massive stairs up into this bathroom, and I think me and Kate had been in the spa. I remember seeing him in the hallway, and he was like, "Me, you,
Me,
1,
two,
2, 3."
You, me, 3.
Yeah, like that's all he could say. And I guess I was just drunk, didn't really understand what he's saying. But anyways, me and Kate end up in the shower naked together.
How did that even happen?
I think we were making out, and then this guy come in, and next
Yeah.
minute,
Yeah.
this guy is naked in the shower,
That's right.
and he's like, "Me,
You,
3, 3, like,
and then
1, 2, 3," and he's like, and we were just like laughing our heads off,
I
like,
know.
no.
And because he just couldn't, like, he just didn't get it, eh? We're like, get out! Like, we're trying to have a shower together.
You, me, 1, 2, 3, no.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
Fuck, man.
Oh,
like,
shit.
oh.
Just no.
It's just like so, it just cracks me up. Like life is just so different these days. But like,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, we just got up to so much shit, eh?
Yeah, we were pretty naughty.
I feel like you're still kind of pretty naughty.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. That, just that tone of voice there.
I am not.
Straight
like, I
lies.
still drink and
No,
stuff.
I'm not. What do you mean?
I don't get up to hectic shit like that.
You? Me? Too? Okay, what else? Oh, so I would quickly share another story that came in from one of you guys. So someone was having sex with this guy, and I'm just trying to like picture it and remember how she explained it. But basically, whichever way they were, I can't remember what position, one of them moved, but he must have like moved his head as she moved her head or something. Anyway, he broke her fucking nose during sex. Like he literally with his head, he like head butted her and broke her fucking nose. Imagine breaking your nose during sex. Ow.
Crazy. Crazy.
Oh, not a good time. Okay, actually I just remembered something. So this was another time that I was on acid. See, I like to point out, I haven't done acid for like years. Because honestly, all my podcasts I talk about being on acid.
I'm like this big fucking acid head.
I'm actually not, and I'm like good like trying to even get any of that shit near me now. But I was on acid, and we were just drinking, like me and a bunch of my friends, and then we ended up going to my friend's house. So like I just knew her through my friend, and she was like real not like us at that time, like where we were real into like drugs and partying and stuff, and she was quite like a good person still. Like we were like so far gone at that point. But we ended up going to her house like out in this like country because her parents were away, and I was so hammered. And me and my boyfriend at the time, who was a complete fucking loser, just putting that out there, and we ended up having sex, I think in the shower, or it was somewhere. It was like, I remember being on like a shed, and there was like drawers and stuff around, and I don't know, I feel like it was in a garage, but
probably you've spent a lot of time in garages.
I've lived in quite a few garages. And then she ended up calling my friend in the morning when she was furious because I had taken my tampon out and forgot, and I left it in the shower, just like lying there. And she like, because she was so like, you know, like obviously I just had no respect for anyone at that point.
Yeah.
And she was the complete opposite. She was like fuming. And I was like, I just denied it to my core. So if you're listening, babe, I'm so sorry. But like, I denied it as well to my core because I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like, I was so fucking embarrassed. I was like, holy shit, like, why? I would never admit that. I will now. But like, it was such a long time ago. It was like probably 10 years ago. But yeah, that was definitely not one of my proudest moments.
Oh. Just like your rank tampon.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, actually, another tampon story. This is so good because things are starting to come back to me now. It's hard because, you know, like we were so drunk all the time.
Yeah.
You do forget these things. So one time I was, this was when I was living at the beach like years and years ago. And I think I just met this guy and I like liked him and we had lots of fun together. You know, we were downstairs in the dark and I think it actually was the first time we'd ever hooked up properly. Yeah, it was. And he was like fingering me. And then he told me the next day, he was like, I was fingering you and you like had your tampon in still. Like I forgot I had my period.
Oh, that's
fucked.
bad.
I know. Like just.
I don't know that I've ever done that.
Yeah. Do you know what I also used to do quite often was like, I would have my period and then I'd like want to have sex. So I'd just take my tampon out to have sex. But I would have blacked out so I didn't remember that. So like in the morning I'd go to take my tampon out but it was already gone. And then I would have like anxiety because I'd be like, where did I put it though?
Oh yeah, because you'd done that prior.
Yeah, and so I'd be like, fuck, did I flush it down the toilet? Like, where was I? Like, did I leave it on someone's kitchen bench? Like, like, what did I do with it though?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's just an actual funny story.
Yeah.
This is something I heard. Like, I don't even know these people
Oh,
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't? Wait, why are you looking at me like
Oh,
that?
because I don't know if I should say it. You know.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Do I know them? Oh no,
nah.
you don't know them.
Nah. It's just a story that I've heard like through the grapevine, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
It might have even been on the radio or something. I can't remember. But this chick was really into this guy. And she'd been trying to like hook up with him for ages, and like she finally went home with him, and like they slept together and stuff like that. And in the morning he had to get up and go to work.
Yeah.
And she took a shit in the toilet and it wouldn't flush, so she grabbed it out of the toilet.
I've heard this story.
And she wrapped it in toilet paper.
I've heard this story.
And he had said to her, just lock the door and just shut it when you leave. And she put it on the bench. Like, did her thing, and she put the shit in the toilet paper on the bench, did her thing, locked the door, shut it, and shut the door, and was
Oh
like,
my God.
fuck.
Oh my God, I just left a shit on his kitchen bench. That is the worst. That's probably the worst. That's like my worst nightmare. Not that I would ever take a shit out of the toilet and put it somewhere, but like, imagine leaving a piece of shit on someone's kitchen bench.
I know.
We must know this person. I knew that story.
I feel like I may have heard it on the radio.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't listen to the radio.
I don't know. Maybe. We
Fuck,
know.
I want to like.
We know. If it's you,
tell us. Remind us, because you've told us the story. Oh my God, that's wild.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, not keen, eh?
Okay, so I just remembered another one. So one time we were on mushrooms. So it's like so bad. We sound so bad. I'm like, no.
Was it me and you?
Nah,
Oh.
it was me and so my best friend at the time, and then my best boyfriend at the time, my best guy friend at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, my best boyfriend at the time.
My best boyfriend.
And best guy friend at the time. So it was us. We were all on mushrooms. Anyway, it's very like it's very like blurry because that was like I think I was like 16, 17. It was like such a long time ago. The one and only time I really did mushies, and we were like out the gate, like actual hallucinating and stuff. Anyway, we were like decided to have a threesome, and like us three went into the room, and the guy like come out, he like couldn't handle it. Like he was like, this is too much.
Balls.
Yeah, like two girls like going at it together, like he just couldn't even cope, and like we just gave him shit for so long, like you couldn't even handle having a threesome. Like it's too much for you.
Poor dude, just
I know. Yeah. And actually, I actually had a threesome with she was my best friend at the time, and then actually same guy. And from what I can remember, like, it was just kind of awkward at the end, because like I think it was one of those things where like she agreed to it, but then was kind of like, once we were doing it, she was like, nah, because they were together, like they were a couple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I think that's the kind of the vibe that I got, that it was like, she was like, fuck, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That can
Have
happen.
you had any threesomes lately?
Not lately. Not lately.
Not lately.
Threesome stories. None really. Like, my first threesome I ever had. Oh,
none
bad.
really, but my first one I ever had, so there was obviously more than one.
I was gonna say not really anything really exciting on the threesome front. Nothing too major, but so this is actually like pretty ratchet, and I was quite young when I had my first threesome, and I guess I didn't know the rules around threesomes.
What are the rules?
Well,
I don't know about rules.
apparently, well, obviously now I know. You should know, and I should have known then. But I had a threesome with a couple, and she went away like the next weekend, and then I slept with him.
Oh my god!
I was young though, you know, like, and I don't know. Like, we were like hanging out with all our group of mates and everything, and we weren't hiding it. And I just feel like I just felt like I wasn't. Yeah, it was a bad mistake.
And then was she like, "Fuck you"?
Yeah. She ended up on the phone that night because someone obviously rang her and said, you know, like, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I actually thought it was okay.
Sorry, I thought it was okay if I slept with him while you were away.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is.
Yeah.
See, when you say like that's a rule, I'm like, that's common sense. that's not a rule. That's just fucking having common sense, mate. Don't sleep with people's boyfriends while they're not home.
Yeah. Yes, don't do that. It's not.
Don't
nice.
do that.
At all.
But yeah. Oh, this isn't. No, it's not a sex story. But I spewed up a bouncy ball.
What?
I must have ate it when I was drunk. Because
like all chopped up.
It was a full bouncy ball.
Fuck off, Kate. You've never told me this story.
Yeah, I just remembered it. No fucking, like, not a word of a lie. Because I had a bucket. And I was so sick. And I was, like, spewing up. And then I was, like, spewed. And I was like, what the fuck? There's a bouncy ball.
You correct me out. You're out the gate.
How do you swallow a whole bouncy ball?
I don't know, Kate.
Apparently you do.
Be easy. Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
Out of it.
I know.
And you did not remember. No one was like, oh yeah, you did that party trick where you swallowed the bouncy ball.
No, that was actually a real bad night. Like, this guy tried to, like, it was horrible. Like, ended up, like, running down the street. Why?
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Spewed off a bouncy ball and got almost sexually assaulted. Like,
Nice.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, when you're having that lifestyle and you're young, like, you put yourself in so much danger. Like, I have been in situations where I'm so lucky that, like, things didn't get worse.
I look back and think, wow, man, you are so lucky.
Yeah. So, like, I'm fucking grateful that I've, like, learnt so many lessons of, like, what I don't want to be like and, like, what I don't want for myself. Yeah. I actually remember once I was at a party and I was, like, with this guy who was, like, my partner at the time, and he was, like, such an arsehole. I talked about him in one of my other episodes. And he, like, he literally dragged me, like, down the driveway by my hair. And that was how someone remembered me. Like, I bumped into someone. She was like, I know you from somewhere. And I was like, oh, really? And she was like, oh, yeah, you're the girl that, like, your partner dragged you.
That's
out of the party.
horrific,
Yeah. And I'm, like, thinking, also that's fucked that like no one did anything.
Yeah.
So like if you're ever in that situation, like just like do something, you know, like speak up. Like I would never stand for that shit now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, also when I look back, I'm like, nobody did anything. So why would I, you know, like it was harder for me to like get away from that because I'm like, well, no one even cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
So fucked.
I haven't had a real wild sex life.
So Bex and I used to live together, like I said before, and I could always... Did you ever hear me?
Having sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Our rooms were right next to each other.
Anyway, we could hear each other having sex, but one day in particular, I thought I could hear a turkey. All I could hear was like, I wonder what you were doing. All I could hear was like this. And like literally, it stuck.
Don't think that's what I sound like.
It was, because I literally have done that ever since. Like, do you?
Yeah, you're like always like. It was just that one time.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bloody
we would give
turkey.
each other so much shit.
I know. I know.
Oh my god.
Far out.
And we'd always just like sleep in each other's rooms. So,
Yeah.
you know, like.
Yeah. Okay. Also, save like one of the best stories for last, because I really like sat and thought about whether I was going to share this, because this is awful on my part. Like, I feel like a terrible human being. But again, it was a long time ago. I was not a well-adjusted person. I hated myself. So obviously I wasn't going to like treat anyone else with respect, because I didn't even treat myself with respect. But I'll share the story because it's not who I am anymore, and we're talking about this shit, so may as well go there. When I was with one of my ex-boyfriends, every time I'd give him a blowjob, I would like, because I do not like to swallow cum.
Don't you?
No, I won't do it. I know.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know.
How do I not know that?
I don't know. I just don't really talk about it.
Actually, I do. And I have another story about something that you did.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Do I want you to share it?
It's nowhere near as worse as this.
Oh, okay. Is it about blowjob?
It's about you spitting cum somewhere.
I'm trying to think where it was. Okay, anyway. I'm scared now. Are you sure it's not as bad?
It's not as bad.
Okay, anyway. So, I don't like to swallow, guys. And anyway, every time I would give him a blow, because we were like in a relationship, so like I don't really like to suck penis unless I'm like in a relationship either.
Yeah.
Like unless I like actually really like the person. So every time I would do that, I would spit the cum in like a V bottle that was like on the windowsill. So like spit.
That's horrific.
I know, and I just spit it in the bottle anyway. Not like it didn't like build up and it was like a full bottle, like because he drank V all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So like he'd always have like a new V bottle type thing.
On the windowsill.
On the windowsill, yeah. Anyway, he drank a lot of it, okay? Anyway, so I would like spit, and then I think maybe like one time, like it was a couple days, and I'd like spit in the bottle like a couple days in a row. And anyway, we lived with this girl, and like we hated her. I feel so bad because she's actually like, you know, I'm sure she's like a lovely person, and I feel terrible. I don't even want to share this. But she just behaved like, I don't know, like a dick at the time anyway. And we were like, let's just put the cum in the mayo jar.
Oh, God.
Okay, it's out there. So we put the cum in the mayo jar and like mixed it around like with a knife. And they ate their mayo. I'm gonna be so hated for this. I like honestly like, I've had to forgive myself for, like, these things. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit that I've done in my past that I've had to forgive myself for. That is definitely one of them. I would never in a million years do that to anyone, even if I fucking hated them. Like, there's no way in hell.
It's funny. I've had a lot of friends, especially girls, that would do, like, vindictive, nasty little things like that.
Like now?
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, back in the day. Like, I've just never been a person like that. But, like, there's some out of it stories out there, eh? Like, that have been told to me by
it's a fucking worry, eh?
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking worry. Like, I, like, am mortified that we did that. Like, what horrible, horrible thing to do. Anyway, she loved cum, so.
Oh, yeah. She's followed.
Anyway, what's the story?
It involves upstairs, somebody's car downstairs. Pirate?
Upstairs. I don't remember.
Okay. So you're seeing this guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And he was staying somewhere at somebody else's place.
Yeah.
And you sucked him off and you spat out the window and it landed on the flatmate's dude's car downstairs.
Which house was this at?
I don't want to get too far in because I don't want to.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
It landed on someone's car.
Yeah, and they like really loved their car. And you're like,
what? And like it ruined the car?
no.
Oh.
Like, you were like,
oh,
we lived together at the time.
We did.
Yeah.
What? And I was still hanging out with him.
You had gone back and hung out with him.
Where was the house?
In Hamilton.
I can't remember. We're definitely going to have to talk about this with me.
Yeah.
Cut the line. Hold the line, caller. Shit. I don't even remember this at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe I did that to him. And his penis.
Never mind the car situation, but.
Nah, I'm sad that I put that in my mouth.
Oh. I'm sorry that you did that.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Sorry, me. Past me. Oh, shit. Okay, anyway, on like a lighter note. Also, okay, I want to point out as well, like, if you've done some fucked up shit in your past and you're, like, not that person anymore, like, don't hold that on yourself and don't, like, let that shit define you, because if you carry on living your life and, like, blaming yourself for these things that you've done, like, you'll never be able to move on and be happy. And it's, like, people do change and people do grow, and, like, I'm 100% not the type of person that would do that anymore.
Yeah,
and so, like, I'm not gonna, like, let that shit I'm not gonna let that hold me down or, like, you know, let it affect me anymore. Like, people can think that what they want, but that at the end of the day, like, that's not who I am.
We can look back and laugh on this sort of thing now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But definitely, you know, like, in the places we've been in our younger days and stuff like that, drugs and alcohol and, you know,
bad decisions, like, come hand in hand.
Yeah.
And, like, hurt a lot of people, you know, like, it's just one of those things, like, you live and you learn, and you just have to, like, forgive yourself and move on and, like, just be okay with that.
Oh, like meditation and just, like,
Yeah.
self-help books
Yeah.
and, you know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
all that sort of thing. Feel like you need to give up drinking for a little while even and stuff
I
like
mean,
that, just to sort your mind out.
I did that. Like, I stopped drinking for 2.5 years, and it was, like, the best thing I ever did. And, like, now I'll have a drink every now and again. I never feel the urge to, like, binge drink anymore. I don't feel like I don't beat myself up anymore. Like, I just used to hate myself so much for, like, all the shit that I did. And then I had, like, a break from alcohol, and it, like, helped me just get so much clarity in my mind and, like, actually, just, like, let those things go and, like, become the person I always knew that I was deep down.
Yeah.
But without all the, like, substances and, like, you know, mind-numbing shit.
Yeah.
That's, like, making me
spiral out of control.
Yeah. And, like, even if people have done you wrong as well, like, I know a lot of people, you know, look for, like, like, I didn't get the closure that I needed. Like, you don't need
closure.
You don't need closure, and you don't actually need to, like, physically talk to the person that, like, hurt you. like you are the one in control and you're the one in the driver's seat. You're the one that can go like actually let go of those things without like needing to speak to that person. Like I think it's like a weird thing that we're like taught, you know, like we need like you need that closure, but you don't.
The only reason somebody's done you wrong is for their own personal reasons anyway.
But and like you said, there's so many ways to like move on and let go.
Yeah.
Like you just have to, at the end of the day, it comes down to like knowing in yourself you're good enough, you're worthy enough. Like you don't need anyone else's like input on that to be able to figure that out for yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, last story. So I met this girl the other weekend and I'm like obsessed. We're like such good friends now. We get on like a house on fire. Anyway, she's so funny and she was telling me, and I was real gutted because when I play the voice notes that she sent me, but we literally have no reception. We have no Wi-Fi. This whole thing has been a complete fuck up. Like we were supposed to have 2 microphones. That's why we're like sitting real close, like sharing this one fucking microphone. And like we're trying to like record on my phone. Like anyway, it was such a fuck around.
We're in a cabin.
We're in a cabin, and yeah.
Holy shit, the mountains are like right there. This was such a random, like, spontaneous idea to get this Airbnb. No idea where it even was. Like, I was just like, this place is near Hamner.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot. This is what I was supposed to say in the beginning. Okay, where Bex flew down from up north.
Missed my flight.
But oh my god, can we just start from the beginning? Because this is like a whole story in itself.
Yeah.
So I'm currently in Christchurch in New Zealand.
Not currently.
Well, no.
This morning.
This morning. I'm actually not right now. Fuck. Okay. As of this morning, I was in Christchurch. I've been living there for the past, like, almost a year. And moved down for a relationship. Relationship didn't work out. I'm going back up north for a bit. And then I'm going to go to the Gold Coast. And I'm just, like, I'm so excited. I'm like, I really feel like my life is going to be there. And I'm real excited about it. Anyway. So this morning officially left Christchurch, like I was like such a mess, but it was like good, like I was excited, like letting it go. It's time to move on. Holy shit. Anyway, so we drove to Hamner and we went swimming in Hamner, went on the hydro slides. Like it was so fun. It was
so fun.
I love like acting like a child. Okay. And we're like breaking the rules, like going backwards down the slide and like running and taking our phones and filming on the fucking slide.
Like screaming at people like, yeah, because we went down backwards and then this couple after us went down backwards and we're like, yeah!
Is it green?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, it's very too.
Oh, I was gonna drop.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, so good. And then we also like seen like 2 massive fires and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna like the whole island's gonna catch on fire and like we're gonna get trapped. I'm like,
I promise it's gonna be okay.
I am not a stresser, but like when it comes to like natural, is that what it's called? Like a natural disaster, I freak out. I'm like no one can help me. Like what the hell? You're like, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, how do you know that though? Like it's a fire. Anyway, so that happened and then we got to Mount Lyford.
Yeah.
Which is where we are right now.
And I missed my flight yesterday morning.
Was it? Oh, it was yesterday morning.
Yeah, yesterday morning to come down.
It was so funny because the night before we were on the phone, because we're always on the phone, and I'm like, whatever you do, don't miss your fucking flight. Like you've got one job. And
Never missed a flight before in my life.
And then she missed her job. And I really think that I'm like, I always think like, I'm the best manifest. Like I manifest everything I ever fucking want. Like doesn't mean I just need to say it and it happens. And then I'm like apologizing to her because she missed
in the morning. I'm trying to ring her, thinking, oh my god, she's gonna be. I know she wouldn't be angry. she'd be like, oh, well, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just wanted to let her know because she was planning to pick me up at 8 o'clock and I woke up at 6. My flight was at 6:10 and I was no way I was going to make it. And yeah, finally get a hold of her and she's just like, oh my goodness. And then she's like, actually, I'm sorry. Because I said that.
I made it happen with my powerful manifesting.
So we're not in and today we found out that it's not Hemna. It's Henma.
Henma, in case you didn't know, if you're from New Zealand.
Henma Springs, not Hemna.
I've never heard anyone call it that. Do you know?
I was spelling it Hemna.
I wonder if it's spelt like that, but said Hemna. Nah,
maybe.
I've never heard anyone
if you know,
say
let us
Hemna.
know. We are in Mount Lyford.
Mount Lyford.
In the middle of absolute nowhere, in a log cabin.
Yeah.
There's like snowy mountains right outside our window.
Yeah. I'll post a picture on my story.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The fire, it's amazing. She's a good fire starter. Fire starter.
A wicked fire starter.
Is it wicked?
I am a fire starter.
Twisted fire starter. Anyway, so we're in Mount Lyford. No reception, no Wi-Fi. Fucking trying to figure out technology. I've got a really good friend that always helps me with my technology. No Wi-Fi, so I can't speak to her. So I'm like trying to work out all these microphones and stuff. So we're just making do with what we've got. And this is what you are listening to right now. And this is what you get. So I hope you guys love it. But last story of the podcast today. So I met this girl that I was telling you about before. She's so funny. And she's also got like a Fijian accent, so it's even better. Anyway, I was going to play you the voice notes. That was my point, and we went on this tangent.
Wow, we went way off
track. So I was going to play you these voice notes because I recorded her telling me all these stories about pencil dick, mushroom dick, and like all these different dicks. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Good.
But we're having to record on my phone, so I can't. Anyway, but I will post them on my story at some stage. Anyway, so she was telling me about like the pencil dick. She's like, I've had so much experience. She's like, it was so small that like I could like, you know, masturbate it with like just my 2 fingers. Like it's hard because we're on the audio, but like I'm holding my 2 fingers really close together, like as if I was holding a teeny. What would I be holding that's that small? The world's smallest violin. Yeah. And going like up and down and up and down. She's like, it was that small. She called it pencil dick. And then she had mushroom dick, which say what you just said.
It was tiny from the
It was
Okay, so
Why is it called mushroom dick?
so the reason why it's called mushroom dick is because it was tiny from the roots and then it was mushroom top. Holy shit. So I was trying to give a head to a guy, and because I was blowing him and there was not much to hold it, so I was sloppy. The saliva was going all over his skin. And I was wondering, why am I so dribbly? Little did I know that he was more of a pencil dick with a mushroom dick on top. Oh my.
So anyway, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Red Light Sex tonight. And we're gonna do another episode very soon about all our drunken stories, because we can do a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
Like, actually got some real cool stories.
Yep.
I don't know if cool's the right word, but like,
Yeah.
just
So cool.
good to hear. Like, good for you guys. Good entertainment for you guys to listen to. And hopefully some, you know, good lessons along the way, which is why we do this. But thanks for joining me. Cheers, big ears.
Cheers, little ears.
Fuck. I love you, bitches.
Goodbye.
Oh.